Hi guys, this is Kristen Durloff. For those of you who don't know me, I get a lot of questions about how I put my makeup on. I'm a makeup artist and hairdresser, so I'm just going to show you really quick how I do that. I'm going to start off with this Cover Fix. I use this just for like a little highlighter underneath all of my makeup. I'll put that on first. So I just kind of drop a little bit of that there. And I just rub that in. So it just gives me a little bit of glow underneath my makeup, just to start off with. So you can see that that really gives you a nice glow. And next, I use my Beauty Blender and put some foundation on. I really love my La Mer foundation. One that's kind of similar is the Armani Silk, Giorgio Armani Silk. That's a really good one too, that if this is too expensive for you. But I just love this. It's the Bisque 210. So I just kind of put some on my face. I just blend it with my Beauty Blender. And I always just pat, you know, because with skin, you know, I'm not 20 anymore, so I'm 43. So with aging skin, which I've taken pretty good care of my skin, but it's still, you know, you get larger pores, you get creases, so you want to pat things into your pores, you know, pat your Beauty Blender and push the makeup into your pores and all of the creases. And I love to put foundation just all over my face. I put it everywhere. I just blend away, put it around my eyes. And this is just, for example, this is just a quick way, you know, when I'm getting ready for work, and just blend down into, you know, whatever is showing. You know, especially when we age, our chest tends to show our sun damage. So I try to just put the foundation everywhere I need it. Alrighty. So after that, I like to do just a little concealer underneath my eyes. So I am using the Yves Saint Laurent. I'm not sure. This is like the holographic one. I use all different ones, but today I'm using this one. So just pump this up and I just put it a little bit around my eyes. Sorry, I have an itch. And I put this also kind of in my T-zone, just because you want to highlight just these areas right in here. And they tend to just look a little better with a little concealer just on these areas. And you can also put it right there, crease of your nose. And I will sometimes, actually all the time, put it all over my lips because I feel like it keeps my lipstick on a little bit better throughout the day. And then I just blend all of that in with a Beauty Blender again. And I put this, there's a lot of different ways to do it. I like to put the concealer over top of my foundation just because I find that if I put it on underneath my foundation, the foundation kind of takes away the effect that I want from it. So blend that all around my eyes. You can see it just really lightens up that area. Just smooths it all out. there's the concealer. So it just really just kind of cleans up that whole area. I've got a little bit of some swelling underneath my eyes right there. My father is a cosmetic surgeon, and he did my tear troughs a couple days ago. He filled those in, so I'm just a little swollen still. So the concealer will help with that as well. So next, I like to go ahead and do my highlighter. And this is absolutely my favorite highlighter. It's Too Faced, and it's called Diamond Fire. And I like to put it on with, this is just a Sephora brush. It's number 57. So I just kind of, I pat. Again, I like to press everything in because I've got aging skin. So I would just kind of go along where, you know, the bone pops out a little bit. We want to highlight that a little bit more, and I come up a little bit above my eyebrow. You can see how it just gives you a nice little highlight there. And I always look to put highlighter all over my lid. And then I will even go under my eye a little bit, drop it down. So you can see how well that highlights that whole area. Get the other side. Go under my eye here, and then on my lid. And then same thing with anything that's kind of popping out a little bit. I'll go down the bridge of my nose, and I kind of come up a little bit onto there, just for a little, on the top of my lip, for a little extra highlight there. You can see what that does. Here in my eye. And then I will also take that same highlighter, and this is another Sephora brush, and this is the 24, and I always love this one. I take the same highlighter, and I will just go into the corner of my eye. Just kind of open up my eyes a little bit. It's all about illusions when we get older. So there we go. You can see it just kind of opens your eyes up a little bit. So next, I am going to grab, this is a brush, this is my Makeup Forever brush. I really like this brush. And it is the 122, the Straight and Wavy. And I'm almost out of blush. I'm gonna get a new blush. This is Eve Pearl, and it's called the Blush Trio, the Bronzing Highlighter. I like this one. One thing to remember as we are aging, you don't want to do too many shimmery makeup products because it's just going to show up everything. So you want to go with more matte colors. So I just take this and I come in, and again, I'm just patting because I don't want to like push something in, mess up my makeup or anything. So just pat, and I go right under that cheekbone there. And then I kind of come up a little bit, just kind of where the sun would kind of sun kiss my skin a little bit right there. Go along the other side. I never like to just press it in and rub it. So come up again up through here, kind of sun kiss that area a little bit. And then I like to always kind of just take that same color and just go right along my jawline, just kind of lightly smooth. That's the only time I really kind of rub. It's just like, just really smoothly right across my jawline, right through there. And it just gives you a little bit of shading, just because I'm starting to get a little bit of a jowl because I'm getting older. One day I'll fix that. And because I got a larger nose, I go down the side of my nose a little bit. It's just kind of an easier way to contour. I don't like to put a ton of, you know, those dark colors for contouring on my skin. So there we go. So next, because this is just me getting ready for work, I don't want to do something too crazy. So I'm going to skip the eyeliner today. Just because I'm a hairdresser, everything tends to melt off of me by the end of the day. So I'm going to use my new Naked Honey palette. And I'm going to get out a brush. It's, this is my ponytail brush. I love this brush. It is, this is Laura Mercier. And it's just like, just kind of comes up a little bit, kind of shaped like a little bit of a ponytail. So I am going to use this color Keeper, because also one thing, as we age, we like to go with a little bit more warmer colors. And always when you're putting makeup on your brush, kind of tap that off a little bit so you get the excess off. And so I will just go in and I kind of press this in a little bit too. And you just kind of almost like create like a little bit of a, like a V. So just get a little bit, just a little bit on there, you know, just for a little bit of color for the day. Go on with the same. But I used to use a lot more cooler colors, but as I've gotten older, you know, my skin tone has kind of changed a little bit too. So I tend to go with a lot more warmer colors. Kind of makes me look a little bit more youthful. So I put that on there, and then, like I said, I'm not using an eyeliner, so I like to put a little bit underneath my eyes. So what I use for that is, it's kind of like a tiny, like a tiny little ponytail. Not really a ponytail, but this is a Cinema Secrets, and it's just kind of a blender. But what I'll do is I'll take that same color, it's the color Keeper on my honey palette, my Naked Honey palette, and I just kind of connect that, and I go under my eye a little bit there, just to kind of pull that through. Through on that side as well. So just kind of gives you just, you know, something going on around your eyes, not too crazy because it's daytime. You don't want to get too crazy during the day. And so I'm going to take another, I keep a lot of ponytail brushes around from Laura Mercier. I really like it. And I'm going to go with my, this is the Flyby on the same palette. And I'm just going to tap into that just a little bit there. And then I'm just going to go up there. Kind of blend that a little bit. So it's just kind of takes that, you know, so it doesn't go up too high. I'm just going to highlight my brows just a little bit. And sometimes what happens is I go in there and I remove a little bit of what I wanted on there. So I take that same, the one I used for the Keeper, I just go in and pat. Because when you pat, you can kind of blend easier. You're not necessarily putting a ton on there. All right, so, and I just did one color. You know, it's work. I don't want to get too crazy. Unless you want to get crazy with work. And then you can take a darker color and you can kind of throw that on the edges. I always like to start off with like lighter to darkest, going that way. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my brows, and this is absolutely my favorite brow pencil. It is Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's in blonde, because we always think we want to go really dark. I don't think you necessarily need to go too dark. And this one is the triangular brow pencil. It's kind of got like a little like triangle on there. So I like to take that. I'm going to look a little closer over here. And so let me get this in here. So what I do is I kind of start at the corner and I just kind of draw like a little bit of a line there to kind of start shaping up that brow. And then I kind of pull it, and my brows are, I'd love them to be thicker, but they're not. So I add like a little bit. You don't want to do too much of a fake brow. It really stands out. I see it a lot. So you kind of want to follow your brow line. And then, so I've kind of gone along the line, the bottom there. So then what I do is I kind of just take it and I kind of go in and I just start blending up a little bit. Just little fine strokes. So we get that. So you can kind of see, it just kind of creates a lot more definition, but it doesn't look like I'm too overdone. And so then I love this. It comes with another little edge or little brush there. And I just kind of brush it up and go along the top there, kind of smooth that down. All right, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Just start right there at the corner, and I just go in and I draw a line. So it just makes that edge for you. And you just do it kind of with your natural brow line. And then I come up and I go just a little underneath that top part because, like I said, I like mine a little thicker, but I can't go too thick because I don't have the brow for it. Then I come in and I just kind of blend in, fill in those little areas. And this color, this is blonde. So I'm gonna go in and just brush that up a little, and it kind of blends it nicer. And you don't, I see this a lot. You don't want to go too thick in this area right in here. You want that to be a lot softer. You can kind of see it's just a lot softer through there. And I kind of, you know, it looks like there's a little bit of a hole there. So I go back once I brush through and I just kind of just do little strokes. So there, those are my brows. And this is the mascara I use. I've tried every mascara out there, and I always go back to my Voluminous. So any kind of Voluminous, I love them all. Right now, my favorite is the Lash Paradise. And so I just kind of wipe the excess off there. I go in, and I like my mascara a little thicker than I think the average person, just because I don't do it really thick when I'm wearing my fake lashes, and I'll show you all that another day. I just go in, just kind of piece it out with the tip of it. That's why you want to wipe the excess off of that tip. So, and I'll take the top part and I'll kind of go like that to kind of hit those little edges, so it makes it look a little longer. But Voluminous is great for making everything look a little bit longer and fuller. And then I take my old brow brush there, and I just will go in and just separate anything with the harder point on there, just to, if anything's clumping a little bit. Like I said, I like this a little thicker, so that's what happens. You gotta kind of brush it out a little bit, get rid of all the clumps. So there you go, there's that eye. And if I want to do a second coat, I let this eye dry first and I go to this one so I don't mess anything up over here. So I'm gonna wipe that little tip off of there. And of course, we always have one eye that always turns out better than the other. And that changes for me. It'll be one day and then another the next eye the next day. No rhyme or reason. So, and I got a little bit of mascara underneath my eye, which is kind of a good thing too, because I can show you how I get rid of that. I'll take a little bit of a little like a concealer brush, And I just go and I grab that same concealer and I just kind of tap on there and just go through, and you just wipe that off. And it's like it never happened. So I always keep this around for when I'm fixing the makeup that I've gotten all over my face. A lot of people will do their eyes last, or first. I like to do mine last. It's just kind of how I do it. So, you know, some people tend to drop the eyeshadow all over their face and everything else, but that's why I always tap my brushes so I'm not getting all of that everywhere. So there you have it. There's that, and I am going to go just hit those top pieces, and I just barely touch on there, so it just adds like a little more length to it. And then if it's a little clumpy at all, you can go through and just kind of piece that out a little bit. But it's for the day again, so you know, you don't want to get too crazy. And I really tend to not wear mascara under my eyes because it tends to just rub all over the place and I get that raccoon look. But if I do, I'll show you today, I'm going to use the same mascara, but I go waterproof with that. And then I don't like to put a lot on. Like I said, if you're younger, you can do a ton more makeup and, you know, you can get away with it. But as we're aging, we have skin that's just not as forgiving. So there we have it. And I just do just a little bit, like not a lot at all. So, and then you can see how that looks. And it's just a really soft, just day look. And I'm going to just now, like normally I would line my lips and everything, but today I'm not going to line my lips. I'm just going to do, this is the Too Faced. And this one is, which one is this? It's my favorite one. It's called All the Stars. So I just take it. And I already had that concealer on my lips, so. And again, this is just a day look. So it just has like a little bit of shimmer in it. So it just gives me a little something. But this is pretty much just me going to work and just my day makeup. There you have it. So if you have any questions, you can always message me. Or you can follow me at Hysterical Female. Or actually, no, it's Hysterical Goddess now on Instagram. And thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.